Oh wow, this is pretty amazing. I got somebody in the guest thing. Wait a minute. This is great. Hold on a minute. All right, here comes somebody I didn't expect, but this is an honor. Hold on a minute. Do add to the
No,
stream.
no honor.
It's an honor, Caitlin. What's
Nah.
going on?
I
Give a little
have.
plug. You can plug your channel if you like too. You know,
Oh well, I'm sure all the folks that are watching you must have some idea of who I am these days.
Caitlin Larkin. Yes, indeed.
Yes, I think I'm
Uh,
more famous as Corey's cousin.
yeah, Corey's cousin. Yeah, I say that from time to time. Exactly. Yeah, and what's your status as far as the Hulu special goes? You have any interest? Have you seen it or?
Oh yeah, I watched it all in one sitting.
Oh, you did. Did you do a
I
video?
did. So I haven't done a video, but I actually, I've kind of started doing the TikTok thing. I know it's kind of taboo, but I started doing Beatles videos over on TikTok. It's just my name, just like it is here on YouTube. And now that you can do 3-minute videos on TikTok, I did my thoughts over there, but it was enjoyable.
Mhm.
It's a good time. Yes, Paul does say some of the same stuff that we all usually know, but it's good for the people that don't know,
Yeah.
maybe the people who aren't diehards. But no, and I learned lots of new things too. Like, I had no clue that Ivan Vaughn's wife had any involvement on Michelle whatsoever.
Same here. And did I mention it in my video? No. That's one thing that I forgot. You know, I take notes. I write notes. I thought I had it all. I forgot things, and that was one of them, the big one. I didn't
Yeah.
know. That's one of the things that I learned. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool. And I'm trying to think of others. I know there's other things. I was like, oh my God, but I didn't write anything down. I'd probably have to watch it again and, take notes, I guess.
I forgot something else. And this is nitpicking, but like when I was looking for things, and I had it written down what I missed, and I didn't see it because it's all over the page and the corners. And there was one when I was like complaining, well, just pointing out sometimes, not that it's a big thing, folks, that Paul sometimes, he doesn't remember everything or gets things wrong. One of the things he said is
Oh, yeah.
about how many songs, not songs, how many albums a year you did. He goes like, an album a year. We did an album a year. You do an album
No,
a year.
1960, where they did like 4.
An album a year.
And then, of course, where he got the dates wrong about Here, There, and Everywhere.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
Yeah.
And he's done that before. He's mentioned that before. Yeah. Another thing that I meant to mention, and how I forgot it, I'll never know. It's a biggie. Is like what he always says about how John, didn't really give him compliments, on songs. That's why it stood out in his mind, because he really said that's a good one. What
Right.
about the story he used to tell with Hey Jude, when he said, I was singing it through to John, and then I said, the movement you need is on your shoulder. So I'll be changing that, And no, you won't. That's great. That's the best part in it.
Yeah.
You're not
I
going to
love
change
that
that.
line.
I mean, that's a great. What do you mean? There's a compliment.
That's a great story.
And I forgot to mention it.
No,
Oh,
I
well.
haven't seen your video yet. I only just signed
Oh
on
yeah,
to
well,
YouTube and saw that you were live, so I thought I would surprise you and join you.
no, that was a surprise. That certainly was, because I didn't expect that. And you don't usually get, I mean, you got to watch. Women don't usually come on.
I
It's
was just
rare.
gonna say, other than Kid O'Toole, am I the
Yeah.
first lady on here?
Yes. As far as I know, I don't think Ruby Lisa ever came on one of my channels. I don't think so. But Kid O'Toole comes on, and you're welcome. I know how it can be. Look, believe me. You know, I'm not. I'm not stupid. If we get a certain idiot over here, we know who. Don't worry about that. And it's like, I know how like who to have on here at the same time and watch the comments and everything. I
Right.
imagine it can be tough sometimes because you don't know what kind of riffraff you're going to get.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
uh,
some of the
do you have?
riffraffs are all right.
Do you? You see the questions?
Oh, okay.
The younger Americans.
Okay, so that's a good question. So, I grew up listening to the UK stuff because that's what was on CD back when I was a kid.
Mhm.
But when the Capitol album volumes came out back in the early 2000s, I got those box sets. And now I have the regular US compilation, like big CD box set. And
Mhm.
I've fallen in love with both versions. But like, it's so funny. I'll listen to a Beatles album in the car with my mom. And because she grew up with the US stuff, like she'll go into, oh, the next song is,
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And I'm like, no, the next song is this. Especially when it comes to Rubber Soul, because Rubber Soul is my mom's favorite Beatle album. And I'm like, no, it's not right. That's supposed to be on Help.
Yeah, yeah. That's funny because that's how it is with me too. To this day, there's some that I still hear coming in my mind next that don't come next because
Yeah,
I grew up with the U.S. albums, and then like you said, when the CDs came out, I started getting trained for the UK, and then for a while I was a real snob about it. I said, there's no such album. They said, what do you think of Yesterday and Today? I say, there's no such album. It doesn't
yeah,
exist. And they'd be
yeah.
like, what? I said, no, And now I've gotten back on nostalgia reasons. I've gone back to the Americans, and that's what I play a lot now. So,
Yeah, well, I know that your favorite album is the Beatles' second album, and
yeah,
there's so many songs that I didn't know until I received that Capitol Albums Volume 1, like I'll Get You, which has since become like one of my all-time favorite Beatles songs ever.
me too.
I love that song, and the people like to say it's John Lennon's first Imagine song. Um,
Hmm,
but
interesting.
it's so good. It's so good, and I don't know. The American albums have their stuff. It's good in my book. So
Yeah, yeah. And how nice is that being on like, the second album actually on an album, and then it finishes off after that with She Loves You, which like yeah, 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 it ends the whole album. And that
yeah, it's brilliant. And the same thing can be said with the Beatles with having "I Want to Hold Your Hand" on there. I mean,
yeah.
oh, so good.
Because what we're doing now is a preview of we're going to do a Fab Gap show on Sunday, and I'm going to be talking with three of us are going to be on there. We're going to be talking about the U.S. album, so I feel like I'm doing that now, kind of.
Oops, spoilers.
No, it was fine. Uh, yeah, sound quality. I mean, for me, that's another thing. You see, when I said about the CDs, the UK CD order. Before that, when I was in my teens, I would go to certain department stores. They would have import vinyl, and I would buy Japanese copies or British copies of the US UK albums. So I really got familiar with the UK albums before the CDs. But back then, the thing was the sound was at the time I perceived as being so great on the UK, the original ones compared to the Capitol because they were so clean and you could hear everything. You heard "She's a Woman" and it was crisp, and "I Feel Fine" and crisp. But isn't it weird that now I don't want that one? I want to go back to the one that's a little bit, I like that,
See,
and "I Feel Fine."
I wish I was more of a sound file or an audio file, whatever you want to call it, because like
Yeah,
I can't tell the difference between that stuff, which is so funny because I'm a musician. But I don't know. I just have never been able to like nitpick those certain little elements.
yeah, yeah. I don't go nuts about audio either. There's audio files out there for sure. I'm not
Yeah.
one of them. But yeah, it was back in the early days. It was a big concern of mine. Oh, let's get it really clean is the only word I could use. Because I was so used to the Capitol albums with reverb and burying stuff. But now I just think in some cases it just makes them sound more alive and full of energy and excitement. Some of the early songs too. So
It's all good to me.
yeah. So what's the good word, folks? Let's see if we got any. Looking at the questions. This story. Hello, Craig. The one about Paul says him and John were on a boat going somewhere about this time of Rubber Soul, and John actually said to him, "I think your song's better than mine." I can't remember what that was.
I don't know
There was
that.
a story. Either I didn't hear it, I never heard it, or I don't remember it. Doesn't stand out. But yeah, the whole thing with that story about here, there, and everywhere, and them saying it was during the making of Help, that's kind of bizarre because some people were suggesting, well, maybe he had the song written then, maybe he had it written and I said, well, it's not that though, because he said he played the record. Didn't they say that? He always says he played the record and he liked the sound of it, which would be
Huh,
Revolver.
I'm not sure. I'd have to go
You
back
know,
and rewatch it.
and as I said, I don't doubt that it's true that that happened and touched him, and he always remembered it. The thing I
Right.
think he must have the. Sometimes you get time and place.
Yeah, he's got his dates crossed, but that's okay. He's an older guy, you know. Homeboy's
Oh, yeah.
almost 80, so it's like I'll give him a pass. It's okay.
Yeah. What did you think? I mean, this is such a nitpick, but I loved it the way the show was, but I mean, like some people are saying in black and white, looking like a tomb, like a mausoleum. Like why? Why? I think it could also have been
You know
a
what? I didn't have a
vanity thing.
problem. I didn't have a problem with the black and white. What I had a problem was with the colorization of the photos that should have been in black and white.
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
thought and I had the same problem with the movie 8 Days a Week when Ron Howard colorized a lot of that footage. I'm just like, it doesn't look right. Like, yeah, it's kind of cool, but it just doesn't look authentic. It doesn't look right. So that was kind of my issue
Yeah.
with that. I was like, I didn't mind the interview being in black and white so much. Like, yeah, it is what it is. But those colorization of those photographs, that's kind of what got me.
Yeah, it's funny. I was the opposite. I was like, at first, I mean, I saw some photos and I'm like, oh, wow, that's a nice color photo. And then when I saw a few that I had recognized seeing many times before, I'm like, oh, that's colorized. So I guess a lot of them were colorized. And I don't like colorization in general, but these days they're getting better at it, I think. It didn't look so good in 8 Days a Week, though.
No, not at all. When they did that press conference footage and like all of their hair was colored the same, I'm like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Well, John's has to be a little lighter.
Yeah.
For one thing. And isn't Paul's darker?
Yes, Paul's is darker, and so is George. Anything else going on in the chat there?
Yeah, and I'm looking. John complimented Paul on yesterday too. Somebody said. I mean, I'm sure he. Well, you're talking about. I think you're talking about later on, though, Marcus. Like, in other words, Paul made a comment in there when the guy Rick Rubin read a quote about John saying about how good Paul's bass playing was. He said, "Well, I'm glad he told somebody." He never said it to me. That kind of thing. He might have been saying it. He's talking about Playboy interviews and things at the end of his life. So
yeah.
And I like the fact that they went out of sequence, which I usually would not like something like that, but I like they went kind of all over the place.
It kept it interesting.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Ain't happening, buddy. It ain't happening.
Uh-oh. Do I want to know? I probably
no,
don't want to know.
No. So anyway, what else we got here? Well, he
You'll tell me later.
It's an artistic statement. I get, I love black and white movies. I mean, Citizen Kane, I get it. It's in black and white. It has that aura. Film noir. Yeah, I get it all. But I think Paul maybe could also have been a vanity thing. Don't keep me in the shadows a little bit. Don't show too many shots of me now. And he was chewing gum through the whole thing, which I'm guessing maybe to keep his throat good and because he's got some. I'm just guessing to keep.
I felt so bad that there were some points where he was, the piano scenes where he's kind of sitting and like doing little bits of tunes here and there, and his voice starts to crack, and I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah. I was like, don't do that, please. But yeah, you can pick up on stuff like that. Sure, I picked up on it. But of course, when Maybe I'm Amazed came up, he didn't sing anything, or they cut it out. If he did, he went over it. No, you can't do that. No.
No, he needs to stop doing that live too.
Yeah, I think he finally has. I think, but the solo music. Yeah, I would have liked more on the solo music. Sure,
I said the same thing.
You know what I'm finding out, which I didn't know at the time that I made my video. I found out now. Supposedly, there's like 15 hours they did, so you might be able to get a part 2.
Oh man, that'd be great.
I think maybe that's why. And I also forgot to mention in my video, I didn't care for the way it ended abruptly. The last one was just like an abrupt end.
Same. And I feel like they dwelled on a day in the life. Like they just kept it going and going and going. And I'm like, we've seen this in the it was 20 years ago today thing back in 87. Like, it's been done, but then you have to remind yourself, it's like, oh, there are other people who probably haven't seen that
Yeah, yeah,
before, and
yeah.
all
That's why
the basic people.
try to be fair about it, because it's true. There are going to be plenty of people, young and old, that haven't heard some of these things, believe it or not. But I guess for the diehards, have heard these a lot.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
feeling in a bunker. Gave the feeling of filming in a bunker after a nuclear apocalypse. Rick's beard, it didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's and boy, but this sounds like it goes without saying, but watching that made me realize those guys were pretty good. I know it sounds stupid.
Well, no, but it's funny because you see Paul's reaction to that, and it's like, oh, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man. I mean, it's 60 years later, and we're still talking about it. I think you've made kind of an impact. So
yeah, that's safe to say. But it's funny, once in a while he does that. One of the big surprises for me of all, the biggest surprise was Check My Machine.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was a shock. And he seemed to be getting into that one in particular.
Yeah.
I thought he was having really fun with that, which was an enjoyable bit of business.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. And I love that you finally got a reaction of him to This Boy, because everybody always knows the footage of George Harrison looking back on it. And I was like, yes, we finally have a reaction from Paul on that one. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was nice. And it's the first time I'd ever heard the Come Together story. Somebody said he'd heard it before about Come Together being very fast when John played it, and Paul suggesting to keep it slower and swampy.
Yeah, I'd never heard him go into changing the tempo, but I've heard the story of how, like, you can't do that, you're ripping off Chuck Berry. Like, I've heard that part.
Yeah.
But the rest of it I had not heard before.
Yeah. And later on, he paid the price. He got sued. But somebody was asking, wonders why Paul never got sued also, because Paul lets Lennon and McCartney credit on the song.
That is true.
I always wondered, I didn't always wonder, but yeah, now that I've heard it, I'm wondering why. That made sense, that observation, which I never thought of before. Doc Dacus only watched 2 out of the 6 episodes, so I couldn't stop.
Yeah, I watched it all in one sitting.
Yeah, it was on I had it on it was automatic. It was automatic. Like, one would finish and another would start. Yep. Yeah, I just let it go. Oh yeah, were you the one? A lot of people. I was talking about Disney Plus and how to get that. And then I go, so feel so ancient when it comes to understanding this stuff, and now I understand it. But it did take me a while to put in the information and credit card.
Yeah, well, for those that are like, oh my God, another subscription service that I have to pay for, it's like, no, you don't. Just wait it out. Wait till the show comes out. You get your 7-day free trial, and then you watch the thing, and then it's over.
Yeah,
and you got it, and it's all good. That was kind of my thing, because everybody's like, oh my God, another one of these subscription services. And like, calm down.
If you have an option, to cancel, why do they want the credit card? If you know it right away, I wonder.
Because they want to charge you. They want you to like, oh, maybe they'll forget and they'll continue. And that's why they want your credit card information, because as soon as that week trial's up, you're getting charged.
So it looks like, when Disney Plus, this is a good trial run for me with Disney Plus. So that's the biggie. Can you imagine watching that just like this, kind of, having them all together, all the
well, Disney does it different, and I think that goes with the success of their app, is that each of their shows, you have to wait a week. They don't release the whole series in one go.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Why did I think just what I heard, that they were going to do this differently, Let It Be, and Get Back. Well, it's over 3 nights. Does that mean they're going to release
one episode every night?
Every night.
Yeah. But then I assume by the end of those 3 days, you'll have it all there, and you'll be able to watch the whole thing. But to premiere it, it'll be on there.
Now, 8 Days a Week was a Hulu project, but did they put it on Hulu
Yes,
first?
yes, yes, and it's still on there. It's still a Hulu movie.
Really? Still on it? I didn't notice. Oh, wait a minute. No, I was going around. No, take that back. After I was going around looking at stuff, well, let's see what else they got here. It just looked to me like a typical movies on demand kind of thing that I have on my cable service. It didn't look like anything jumped out at me. But yeah, now that you mentioned it, yeah, I did see that. I did see 8 Days a Week on there.
Yep, it's on there.
The Disney stock is up 4 points, and they're putting it on Disney Plus for Europe, right? Because I've heard that originally people from England and stuff were saying I can't get it, can't see it. Supposedly they're going to put it on Disney Plus in August. The McCartney.
Oh, okay. They're going to put McCartney 321 on Disney Plus in the UK. Weird. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Oh, my only signed photo. Yes, this guy Craig, he actually wanted a signed photo. I said, "You're kidding? Come on!" No, I'm serious. I want a signed photo. I said, "No, Craig, come on." So he's in England, and yeah, so I went to Staples and I blew up a picture.
I was like, "Do you have headshots?"
No, not per se. Just that one I just did. It's funny.
That's great.
So what else we got? Anybody? We got comments, but they're not really like anything we can reply. Like, let's see. I'll go back a little bit. Oh, this. I don't know. I think with this there will be. I have a feeling physical release.
I don't know. I feel like Paul will probably wait to whatever newfangled box set he's gonna release, and he's gonna stick it in there, and it's gonna be a ridiculous amount of money, and that's the only way you'll get it physically.
Yeah, that's another way of looking at it. Well, look who's here. Come on, Tom.
Oh, snap.
Got Tom there. Why, thank you, Pierce. I appreciate that. So let's see what else we got here. Yeah, we were talking about the physical release. There's a guy in my record store that I know. He's a customer. He's a friend and a customer. And he said, he puts everything on a disc. He says, before I decided to have the app of Hulu, he said, what I'll do is I'll put everything on a disc for you, and I'll come back next Sunday. And when I see you on the store, I'll give it to you. And I said, that's how I'll do it, And then I thought, well, I don't know if I want to wait that long. At first, I didn't care. The whole thing with me is I said, which I even said at the beginning of my video, I said, it was like, it's going to be mostly the same old, so I could wait for this. And then I realized I got to do a Talk More Talk show. We're going to discuss this on the next Talk More Talk, which is going to be Monday. This is Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Next Monday. So I'm like, well, if the guy gives me the disc Sunday, I could binge it Sunday night or something, and then I can be ready. But anyway, I finally said, no. I'll go ahead and order the thing. But then again, somebody else, you tell me about this, Caitlin, somebody else said, I'll give you files. So he put the files on my phone. And I tried everything because I know how usually to watch YouTube on the big TV, but I could not figure out how to get the files onto the TV. It was Google Drive. And I was trying to figure out how to do that, and I couldn't. I said, you know what, just order the damn thing. That's what I did. I just said, that's when I said, I'm ordering it.
For future reference, because you do have a smart TV, right?
Yeah.
You would just have to download the Google Drive app onto your TV, and that way, because your file would be in the phone, then you just put it on the TV. Because
I kept saying that, if it was on YouTube, obviously, I've streamed YouTube on there.
Right.
But, so I figured, how do you get this onto there? Well, that makes sense if you had the app downloaded. Tom needs a few minutes. Any more record store videos? I have some footage. Yeah, I think I have some footage I can edit together and put out eventually. The thing is, I'm really, running out of ideas and scenarios there. There's not really much to do. And Corey doesn't want to be in them anymore.
Really?
Oh, I shouldn't say that because he'd be like, oh, don't tell him. No, but
Uh-oh.
I don't know. He just was like, nah, I'd rather not. I said, okay, fine. But he doesn't mind like if he's in the background a little, or if you hear him, he doesn't mind. So I said, okay. I honor that. I don't want anybody on there that doesn't want to be on there. But how much can you do with Don? Because it gets to be the same, and Joe Eating, it's getting to be the same old stuff.
I swear, if you guys put together like a pitched a TV reality show to Netflix,
Well, it's
I'd
funny
watch it in a heartbeat.
because supposedly Joe, the store owner, says he knows people, and that they were trying to look into that to do something with that.
Yeah,
And
either Netflix or the Discovery Channel. They put all kinds of crap on TV. Like, why not that?
well, the guy supposedly, and Joe, let me tell you, Joe's a nice guy and everything. Jay Joe, but the thing is, every once in a while he could tell a tale. So I don't know, but he said he looked into it with this guy he knows, and the results came back too old. People are too old. Like, they want younger, which makes sense a little bit. That could be true. Like, between me, I don't think I'm that old, but anyway, Joe and Don, and I don't know.
I don't know. You should just put cameras up in there and let it go.
Most of it,
Too
very little.
entertaining.
And most of it's natural. It's natural. And very little is staged. But once in a while, something will happen. Like, I don't know. I might be like, Don will say something outrageous. Like, oh man, I said I didn't have the camera on. Let's do that over again. Do that.
Right.
So I'll ask him the question again, or something. But most of the time it's just captured that way. Whoa, there he is. What's up, Doc?
Hello.
What's happening?
Hey, Caitlin, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, sir. What's up?
Hello. No, what's up, Doc?
Oh man, I
My
missed
hair.
an
What do you
opportunity.
think of my hair today?
Or my doc right over here.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I gotta blow that up. I will do that. Hold on. Oh.
Oh, Doc Brown.
Yeah, that's my doc.
Ah, cool. What do you think of my hair today,
I
kid?
was gonna say, wait a second. Is that that's like a medium? It's not quite a Beatles do, but it's
No, this is called like swiping it to the
side.
Gotta get more forward.
Trying a different look. If somebody has already said, "What are you trying to look like, Adam West?"
I don't know about that. Darren Gamble.
Yeah.
Just hello to Kate.
Hello, Adam. I'm trying it out. See if people go, "Ooh, that's awful. Take that, change that back," or something.
Just received the 2 LP Pepper this morning, and I'm agonizing about if I open it or not. I got it on CD. What does everyone think? Oh,
Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you got it on CD, if you're talking about the same, the new version, right? The 2017 version. If you got that on CD, don't open the record. I don't know.
If you have it on CD, or if you have a Spotify account and can stream all of those bonus tracks, don't open the LP.
Is this a trick question? Favorite John Lennon? I guess no. There's 2 of them at least that I know of, but I got to go with Live Piece in Toronto. There's not much to go by. Then you have Live in New York City, but it's a weak performance.
Does the 1972 concert count?
Yeah, that's what he said. One of them. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a little weak.
That's what I would choose.
The thing about that is, there's been rumors for a while now at the Beatle Fest and stuff that they're going to rework that. They're going to do that over and improve it. Whatever they can do with it. And it's been going. They've been saying that now for over 5 years, and they haven't done anything with it. But next year's the anniversary, and
Ooh, good point.
And Sean Lennon also said, I don't know if you saw in his Twitter, I gotta get the words right, in a tweet, somebody asked him, when can we look forward to seeing sometime in New York City archive, whatever. And he just wrote 2022. So
Hey.
as if it was a thing, So he might be going in order. It's risky. That's really risky because it's not a well-received album, and it's so it's interesting to see how that will go.
It doesn't matter. Everyone will buy it anyway.
By the
He's
way,
got a point.
Kate, are you still doing the? Help me the name of it. I'm slow. Back to the Future stream.
Yes.
Or podcast?
It's a podcast. We're called What the Flux.
What the Flux?
Yes. Every
Right.
week, my friends and I, we get together, we talk about Back to the Future. You can find that on any podcast place: iTunes, Spotify, Google, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts.
And you don't just do the first movie, right? You talk about
No, we talk
everything.
about everything. We talk about the comic books. We talk about the animated series from the 90s. We talk about toys, new merchandise, Comic-Con appearances, books, all kinds of stuff. If you love Back to the Future, you'll love What the Flux.
It sounds so funny. Oh, thank you, David. I'm glad you liked the movie chat that we did. I want to do more of those. What else we got here? Doc looks stylish. Oh, you're styling, Doc. Okay, yeah. Did Kate visit the Casbah when she visited Liverpool?
Unfortunately, I did not get the chance to go to the Casbah, and that was like #1 on my list too. It was just super tough to get everything I wanted to do done in 4 days. But I met Rogue Best. I also met, Pete at the museum that they run over on Matthew Street, and it was an incredible experience. And it's way, way better than going to the Beatles experience that's over on Albert Dock. I know everybody goes there. I didn't even bother going there because there's just so much stuff to see and do, and it was the best experience of my life. But now Rogue is turning the Casbah into apartments so that you can stay there.
Oh, okay. But the Casbah is still going to be intact, right?
Yes. So it's, well, the Casbah was in the basement, and
Right.
then Mona and Rogue and the family, they lived upstairs. So they're building this attachment out on the back where you can, like kind of, I don't know, like Airbnb, where you can stay at the Casbah. And if you follow Rogue on social media, he posts updates about it every day.
That's nice. That's very cool. And were you the one, because I've seen different videos, who ran down the street of A Hard Day's Night? Oh, how
I sure
cool
did.
was that? I don't think anybody else ever showed that. That's the only time I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I did that. It was
The
pretty
opening
cool.
sequence of A Hard Day's Night credits, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it's a shame that that train station, though, it's full of bums.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's a very sketchy part of London. And it's all just homeless people asking for money and peeing in the street. So go at your own caution if you are visiting London. But it was worth it just to get that one shot of me running.
Yeah. I definitely do that myself.
Yeah. No, it was an experience. Let's just say that. But that was a good time.
Adam, you were fine as far as asking too many questions, quote, on the movie chat. That's fine. Oh, you're too sensitive. We like to tease a little bit. Okay, this is a tough one, but can you guys answer this at all? Favorite solo song from each of the Beatles?
No.
I could name Ringo. That's it. And when I say that all the time when I'm asked. Mine is "It Don't Come Easy," but that's not because Ringo only has like 2 or 3 good songs. No, he has tons of songs I like, but for some reason he's the only one that I have a really favorite from. The others I can't come with just one. So
yeah, I think I'd have to say my favorite Ringo solo song is "Photograph."
Photograph, yes.
Yeah.
Photograph from Ringo. Paul, I can't get enough of Magneto and Titanium Man.
Kid O'Toole hates that song.
What? Okay, George, when we was Fab, and John would be Out the Blue.
Oh, that's a good choice. It's important.
That's so hard. I don't know if I could choose.
If I was going, I would say John, Mind Games, the song. For George, I might say "Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth," or "Cheer Down." And Paul is a million of them. I might say Uncle Albert though, or maybe I'm Amazed. What am I talking about? Maybe I'm Amazed studio version. I did it. I actually did it.
I'm gonna have to have a talk with Kid O'Toole apparently.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I know for George, "What Is Life" is up there for me.
Yeah.
But then you have like "All Things Must Pass," and that's such a great song too. And God, Paul's so hard. He has so many amazing songs to choose from.
And you got to dance to Cracker Box Palace.
I can go on forever with these.
Love that song.
Old Dirt Road. I'm not a fan of Old Dirt Road. I don't know. It's not one of my favorite John songs. And Harry Nilsson wrote it. I wrote it with him, right? Lennon Nielsen. But I mean, it's just not a favorite. That's all. But I'm glad you like it, Christian.
Oh, watching the Wheels. Oh, gotta have Watching the Wheels. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about that. You know what you mean, Craig. I talked about that. It's not really cut off. It's more like later on they added something on. Originally, the beginning was kind of what you call cut. I mean, again, I don't play guitar, so it's always tough for me to do technical talk. But whatever you call it, note or whatever, there's an extra note or I call it a note, that was added later. But when it was released in 1970, the one you're hearing on the 2021 new version is the same as originally released. That added bit came later, and I never liked the added bit, only because I was used to the original. I think I can't do it, but the guitar opening, so I can. And I love that song.
The intro, the riff.
Hold on, the riff.
Perfect.
But there's a longer one that they do now. Whatever. What do I know? Riff, lick. I don't know what to call it. I call things. I mean, the same thing. Somebody told me riff and a lick is the same thing.
Yeah, it just depends on at what point in the song it's at. A guitar lick, a guitar riff. Yeah, it's the same.
What about the opening, like Day Trippers, the riff?
Yeah, the riff is the most recognizable part.
Opening riff.
Oh, yeah, see. These are my two. Yeah, those are two of my favorites on that album. They're more laid back. They're not the most popular, but I like Hold On and Look at Me.
I love Look at Me.
No, I don't have an advice column.
Not a joke. Are you the guy? You Harvey Keitel?
No, I'm Canadian Stud Muffin.
What's your favorite? Anybody have a favorite John and Yoko? You and John and Yoko together?
I think there's only two, isn't it?
There's two that I know of.
Yeah.
Three. There are three. There's
Double Fantasy, Milk and Honey, and
Sometime in New York City.
Oh, okay.
Double Fantasy, easy.
I'll go with Double Fantasy. Darkest.
Yeah, really.
I'm like trying.
Yeah, I'm sure my advice would be just.
Yeah, Mind Games. You mean hearing the songs? You mean you don't hear the song out there being played, or?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get rid of the. I'm having technical problems. I might turn this into a Beatle Lounge video. I might. Whenever you get like a moment where there's Beatle talk, good Beatle talk, I just cut that out and put that segment in. Like
there
Beatle Lounge, I call like this loose thing that we do. If everything goes okay.
Mm-hmm. Need more people. Where's George?
Well, yeah, George was going to talk my ear off. He doesn't say anything.
George's insight on these things.
People say George doesn't talk, but when he does, boy, he comes up with some good stuff. Everything he says is a gem usually. When he does, he'll go like an hour without saying a word. Just sitting there, but boy, when he says something. Tom was going to come on, but I don't know when.
Yeah, George should be the one who does an advice column.
Right. I could see a Doc Docus thing like Dear Abby kind of thing.
True.
Dear Doc.
Yeah. Yeah, so like, what's up, Doc?
Yeah, what's up, Doc? That one. Not Dear Doc.
There might be some copyright infringements, but that's a good idea.
Could be a bit. I know Warner Brothers doesn't like me already.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you got a lot of copyright stuff, right, going on.
I know. I've got one being rendered right now at this very instant. So, if you want to watch Duck Amuck backwards, tune in later.
I get the John Lennon compilations mixed up, to tell you the truth.
Oh.
I like
the name of the one I like.
I like them for different reasons. I think Lennon, is it Working Class Hero? What's Lennon Legend?
Now I have to Google this.
Well, now
I
wait
can't
a
remember
minute.
the name.
I have a new one now, though. Actually, the new one I like best. Give me the new, very new one.
Yeah, give me some truth.
The way it's remixed, the songs are remixed, and they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Give Me Some Truth is amazing. But what's the one that I grew up with? It has the Annie Leibovitz picture on the front.
The John Lennon collection.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's a good one. And the CD anyway has "Stand by Me" on it, which is not "Stand by Me." Excuse me, "Move Over, Mizelle." The B side to "Stand by Me," which is, I think the CD has that on, which is a rarity. So I like the CD of that for that reason.
Yeah, that was the one that I had in my house growing up, and that's how I got into solo Lennon. So I would have to say that's my favorite.
Is there a link to join? I've been posting the link over and over. I was hoping somebody would join. Let's try it again. Hopefully it appears.
No, growing up, I had shaved fish.
Did it taste good?
Not at all.
No. That was one of my first albums. Whenever we talk about what's the first album you bought, I remember buying Shaved Fish and Ringo's Blast from Your Past. They may have been the first ones I ever bought. I'm not solo wise. I'm not sure the order.
And of course, Wings Greatest. That was like the 4.
Yeah, I like Shaved Fish, but it really is useless these days. Except for nostalgia, because they cut off. I think a verse of "Woman Is Not of the World." They cut out a verse of that. And there's another one. I can't think what the other one is.
Probably the single versions they used.
Mm.
It's supposed to be like a singles compilation.
Well, of course, "Give Peace a Chance," a song which I don't like. I always say I like the slogan. I just don't like the record over and over again. But I like the saying. But they got the short version of it on the album "Shaved Fish," which works for me. So. Hey, where do you go? Well, see, I also bought Imagine very early. I don't know. Well, not in '71, but around '75 or '6, and I don't know if it was Imagine before that, because I didn't think about those things too much then. So, favorite.
I can't contribute. I wasn't born yet.
You were too young. She was too young. Not like us old fogies. So, favorite Paul McCartney live album. I may shock everybody and say Amoeba Secret album that came out. I think I like the best right now.
I don't know. I grew up with Wings Over America. I can't.
Yeah, Wings Over America is incredible, but my other favorite would have to be Back in the US. Once again, it was just a CD that I had growing up, so I'm attached to it. Not that the performances are really all that great, but I just like it.
Yeah, it happens. People have different things they grew up with or heard first, preferences. Oh, it's this. Yeah, he doesn't know. I mentioned. I forgot it. Like, he talks about "Live and Let Die." It's "Band on the Run," the song. He talks about a little about the experience of Band on the Run too that they ran into. Right, and then "Live and Let Die." Maybe I'm amazed. Check My Machine and Waterfalls. Did I leave anything out?
No, I think that's about right. But I am disappointed that there was no mention of Silly Love Songs whatsoever.
Yeah, that would have been really good to hear.
That bass line alone is worthy of its own half-hour show.
Yeah, maybe afraid Rick Rubin would have had a heart attack. Maybe that's why they didn't do it, because he was really going into the bass. He loves the bass.
Mm-hmm. But he talked about a lot what they're going out to do, Band on the Run in Lagos, and just the stories he was telling, going like, "Gee, I wonder if that could be a movie."
Yeah, and there supposedly it was like Linda supposedly said, "Don't kill him. He's Beatle Paul." Mm-hmm. Trying to explain who he is, like, don't kill him.
No, but just the idea is that they stole the tapes from him.
Yeah. And he didn't talk about the cholera story either. That he says, he said we have a lot of studios, capital everywhere, and one of them was it Lagos? And he says, then as they're about to go there, he had a telegram or something advised not to go. Outbreak of cholera. He tells that story.
Yay!
Tomas.
Not how
Hello, Tom.
it was supposed to start, Joe.
All right, we're not going. This is going to be a video that's going to be a lounge. So keep it clean and everything. But yeah, here we
Hey,
are.
Caitlin and Doc, good to see you guys.
And they'll be
What's
like, where this
happening?
came from. So
Yes.
let's see what we
Stayed
got
up
here.
late last night and slept in, so just getting the day rolling here. Yeah.
I can't sleep in as much as I sometimes might want to. I just love getting up early.
I got up at 9.
Who's that creeping over your shoulder there, Caitlin?
Who's that little old man?
Yeah.
It looks like
Looks
Paul.
like you got a creeper behind you.
Oh, geez, wrong way.
Oh, there he is.
Well,
Here's my guy.
I hope you. Are you in the mood for a lot of questions, Tom? Right now?
Oh, what do you got?
You got me.
Like what? Oh, come on, man. It's too early for this. Too
No, I was just gonna talk about Beatles talk.
It's the guy from the movie show. Yeah.
I'm going to turn the volume down over here a little bit on my end.
I don't know if it's been asked, but has anyone ever mentioned about why the 321 is in black and white and sparse looking?
Yeah, Joe was talking about that on his video, right?
Well, you know, I was wondering also if it was a vanity thing for Paul, like maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm artistic.
Artistic.
You know, I like artistic stuff. I love black. We talk about film noir and all that, right, Tom? I love it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I was surprised this day and age. I thought maybe Paul, didn't want to be seen as much. I don't know.
Well, to me, when I'm watching them, they've got the recording console and they've got the piano and they got the two guys. They're in black and white and everything's dark. Somehow they look so old.
Yeah. Maybe they would have looked younger in color.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of put off by that. And poor Rick Rubin, he needs a makeover in the worst way.
Oh,
But he's looked the same for the last 30 years.
Yeah,
There
but
you go, Caitlin. There you go.
He looked like one of the seven dwarfs.
Yeah.
And he did 30 years ago. He's consistent.
Right.
It is what it is.
I emailed the director to hope for an interview. So let's see if
Nice.
if we can get him, and then maybe we can discuss about the artistic approach and whatnot. And you could also see the guys in the background a little bit that were with the camera. So I would imagine that some of that was to hide them as well, probably.
I don't know, but where was that shot? That they had.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, did they build a set?
Yeah,
Exactly.
and they even had a recording thing there to play with the knobs and stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
Rick
really
Rubin's
good.
from New York, so I assume that it was probably done in New York, since Paul lives out that a ways. I'm sure it was convenient.
Right.
And it was done in 2020, right? Because we saw pictures of it.
Yeah, it had to have been done.
It was first announced.
Right.
There was. I remember I was going to use a thumbnail of that for my McCartney. When some McCartney 2 was coming.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
I learned how to play piano from that.
Oh
That was a good
yeah,
segment.
yeah. He's a very good piano teacher, isn't he?
Yeah. Here's how it's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look, you've made a piano chord. I went. Well, I got as far as chopsticks.
If only it was that easy, Doc.
Well, he made it look easy until he started using his other hand. And we're like, okay, forget it. I'm out.
That's the one instrument I could never, ever play, which is so funny because I play drums, I play guitar. I can do two things, with each hand at a different time. Can't play piano.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
It's too hard.
Really? Yeah. Hey, did you hear, Tom, that they're talking now that there was 15 hours or so film recorded?
I did not. Where did you see that?
That's all over. I'm hearing that now. Well, that they did 50. People are saying, oh, maybe there could be a sequel if it's successful, and people saying, well, different people saying, well, 15 hours.
Right.
I'm trying to remember if it was a creditable.
You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up, Joe, because I could swear that in one of the trailers for this, I could swear that I heard Another Day being played.
Uh-oh. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That also could explain why it ended so abruptly.
Abruptly, yeah. It's possible.
Not the end.
Bonus footage.
We need
It
more.
wasn't like a goodbye kind of thing. Like, oh, thank you. You're nice seeing you.
Yeah.
But somebody asked earlier, will this be a DVD release? Why wouldn't it be?
Eventually.
Got it.
I wouldn't.
They can make it.
Again, you people who think that Paul's getting all the money for this, you guys got to stop thinking that. He's not going to get all the money. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Well, I did think I production at the end.
When you pay $300 to go see Paul live, Paul's not getting all that money. It's just so ridiculous sometimes, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He's
Matthew
getting a lot
Smith
of it.
Yeah, but you know what? All of that money then his half then is going towards the band. It's going towards the crew. It's going towards the drivers. There's a lot you got to pay.
Yeah, how much
and he's got to give Woodland Goblin a bunch of money for supporting him.
What'd you say, Doc?
Hey,
He said, I was hearing Doc say something just now.
Yeah, it just said, how much will Rick Rubin get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what do you think about this? Because Matthew Smith's a huge Kinks fan, and it was very interesting to see Paul going on about the Kinks. Really, that was interesting. You really got me in particular.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
As I said, I've only watched 2 parts of the 6, so I'm a little
What?
bit.
That's it.
I'm Unfortunately.
Old people, we get really tired watching.
But I'm not old, Doc.
I wasn't feeling old with that one. I was.
Well, it was interesting and all, but I just like, okay, I don't have to watch it all in one sitting.
Right, that's how I felt.
I couldn't help myself. I had to.
If they released all 15 hours and said, here you go, I would have watched all 15 hours in a row.
Yeah.
Get back, I'd watch all, the whole days if it was days worth of hours.
Exactly. If they released all 56 hours of footage, I would sit back, watch all 56 hours of footage.
Yeah.
If anybody's familiar with the show Friends, there's an episode where Joey and Chandler just sit on their recliners and watch TV, and they don't even move to go to the bathroom, or they keep sending their food deliveries across the street so that the girls will bring them over. That would be me.
It's funny, even though I don't care for that show. I don't know why I think that's one of the ones that I'd seen.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that's one of their greater ones, isn't it?
It's good stuff.
It's iconic for some reason, but I don't know why. Like the Golden Girls, why?
Right.
Matinee with Mayo.
That's cute.
Mayo's matinee. It's always a matinee.
That's not bad.
Yeah, write these down.
Thinking maybe like cinema chat, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking of
Cinema chat with Tognati.
Change the name up each time you have a new chat like that.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. That's a whole other topic for another time. I don't know. I still don't know how I'm going to go with that. I mean, hey Tom, a lot of people were saying they enjoyed that.
Oh, good.
They really had a good time with it.
Yeah, I'll check out the comments.
So and then here too, they say, would like to see more. I'm like, oh, well, we will.
Okay. Excellent.
I don't have much to offer with movies because I usually fall asleep after the first 20 minutes.
You and the old people and your.
I know. I tried to watch that new Space Jam this week.
You're just like these millennials with the low attention span.
It's true.
That movie gap.
I'm like
movie gap.
Except for you, Caitlin. Obviously, you are the
Thank
exception
you.
of the rule.
I appreciate that.
I fall asleep too, all the time.
Yeah,
but it depends. I have a
look,
thing like.
something shiny.
Yeah.
what? Oh.
Like, how many of you really watched the Space Jam this weekend?
No.
I did not. No.
We did watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High last night with the Criterion.
Yay.
And again, I don't know. Again, it's a little grainy. I'm not wild about Criterion. For me, a little grainy. It should have been a lot smoother looking and not as brighter too. I don't know what it is about some of those releases of the Criterion.
But
Director approved.
Nah, they say that all the time. Yeah, but I've had a lot of them in my life that I've seen, and they director approved it. Don't look so good. I don't know.
Hard Day's Night, right, Joe? You like that one?
I like that disc. I think that's.
The I Want to Hold Your Hand one is great.
Yeah, that's good too. I saw that one. I still have
Which
a
one,
problem with
Caitlin?
something. Huh?
The I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Oh, yeah.
The problem I have with that, I'm telling you, I saw that the first time I ever saw that was on TV. I did on a regular old TV, and the song you could hear the Beatles songs more, and so many times what happens is they drown out the vocals with songs, or they drown out the songs with the vocals on these mixes they do. And I noticed that on Fast Times last night again. I saw that in the movie theater when it first came out. I saw it a few times in the theater, and since then on VHS and cable, HBO, and all this stuff. And I know there were parts when, I think when they were in the car, Sean Penn, and I'm trying to think the football player's little brother, and they're talking, and all I hear is the music. I can't hear the words, I'm like, they bring the music up. That's just a movie talk it's turning into, but they do that sometimes. The movie takes over from the audio, or vice versa. In the case of the Beatles, I thought, and I Want to Hold Your Hand, I used to hear the music louder in the background. It's more discernible. Like Thank You Girl was on in the car on the radio. You can really make it out really good. Now it's like...
I can hear it fine.
Oh, there you go. So, I could be wrong.
I didn't notice a difference.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do one just focusing on Jaws. I know Ed of the King's Court is a Jaws fanatic and has all kinds of things in his collection. And I was going to do it with him over the summer, but I better get going. It's the summer.
All the Jawses, all 1, 2, 3, 4. And,
oh, yeah.
And the Sharknadoes.
Oh.
Now that's a movie.
Yeah.
That's several movies.
What else we got?
One of them was filmed across the street from my apartment.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
What, it's the third one that they filmed at Universal?
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Yeah. That one?
Maybe you could have Caitlin on, too, then, for the Jaws.
There you
Tell
go.
us about it. The experience.
Well, I
Wait a minute. How old were you?
What?
Were you born then? You weren't born then.
For the third one?
Oh, I thought you meant the Sharknado.
Oh.
Come on, Adam.
Here we go. Robert Wall joins us.
I mean, Leah Thompson is in Jaws 3D. That's kind of in my wheelhouse because Back to the Future.
Oh,
yeah, okay. That came out in '83, and it was probably filmed in '82. I don't know.
No, that's a little before my time.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, can we do show and tell Beatles talk?
Now?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Do you have anything to show except the regular CDs?
Yeah, of course. I got something a little interesting.
Look at this, and they show Abbey Road.
No, nothing like that. This is the original movie posters from the theater. I got one of them here.
Oh, the lobby cards.
Lobby cards. Ooh.
Oh, Macca in the Attic.
And then I got actually all four of them. Here's George. I mean, not George, Ringo.
Wait, I don't have those. You sure those are not just those look like they come like that in those things, right? The reproductions.
No, these actually. My dad had a friend from a long time ago, and he got them. He gave them to him, and they were actually from the original movie theater. Like they were in the.
Oh yeah, lobby cards.
Yeah.
What are you doing with those? You shouldn't have those.
Yeah, I think he's getting jealous.
Who, Tom?
You can see the look on Tom's face. He's getting very jealous. Look at that.
Uh-oh.
I've got one of those on the wall at my other job.
Adam, if you want to send them my way, that's fine.
Oh, no, my dad told me I need to keep them.
Don't listen to your dad. When do you listen to your parents? Come on, man. You're young.
Only
you
when
should
it's
be
related
rebelling against your parents right now.
I have, and only for a while, but only when it's related to Beatles, I keep Beatles stuff.
No. You don't know what you're talking about.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen some original lobby cards shown.
Yeah.
I got this in the mail yesterday.
Wait a minute, I gotta get back to the button. Hold on a minute.
You know what that is?
No. Oh, yeah, I do.
That looks like Eddie Munster in them.
No, that's the Beach Boys.
That's the Brian Wilson CD with the duet with McCartney.
Oh,
that song stinks.
Getting in over my head.
Ooh.
With the song "A Friend Like You."
Ooh, that song stinks. Ooh.
Well, it was still missing from my collection, and
it's missing
He's
from
a
mine.
completist.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank
Gotta
you,
have a
Caitlin.
Cold Cuts album box set. I want some kind of a box with just B-sides, extra tracks, unused tracks, all those kind of things. Even though I know they've been coming out on the archives, I just want one set just on that stuff.
Mm.
Play them all together.
Fantastic.
I hope those lobby cards weren't too boring. Because you said to get something,
No, those. I don't have
good.
those.
Okay, good.
I don't have those, you dirty dog.
I don't think Beetle Brad's ever shown lobby cards either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You got Beetle Brad, too. You have to go on, what is it? Maca in Your Attic.
Yep.
Where are the lobby cards for Help and Hard Day's Night, etc.?
I only have the reproductions of the Help lobby cards that came in the big giant box set.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these are original from the movie theater.
Yeah, the new Bob Dylan bootleg.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be 80 to 85.
Yeah.
Well, that's I like the Infidel stuff, so I might look into that. That's 83.
Yeah, there's gonna be a 5 CD set, a 2 CD set, and a 1 CD set, I believe.
All he knows is the Beatles.
Oh, here we go.
I say that as best I can when there's something else
know.
I talk about. I know, something different. So yeah. What else we got here? Come on, folks, keep us going. Anyway, in the meantime, we can think of things. Hamana.
Ed Norton.
Ed Norton.
Ed Norton.
She knows it. Tom's got to see those honeymooners. I keep telling you.
Yeah.
And the Hucklebuck and everything.
The Hucklebuck. I played that dance the other night.
Yeah, I know. I wanted you to. I love that Hucklebuck.
Yeah.
That's the Chubby Checker thing.
I see that Hucklebuck. It's a popular song actually. It's on records.
Oh, nice.
By other artists,
Was it ever on the radio?
I mean, not in my time.
Right.
Before my time.
I don't even remember. I just only remember the twist stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the twist is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Let's go with a different comment.
Well, I'll see it in the meantime if I got any more things like that.
Yeah, you go look.
He's going to start making Tom salivate.
I'm at work, so I don't have any of my fun stuff with me.
You're at work?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
That's
that.
the kind of job I need.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not on the clock yet. I got here early today because I was over on this side of town and I had nothing else to do, so I figured might as well
go
just
on Mayo's
go.
chat.
Yeah.
Retirement is the best job.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Hold on a minute. Caitlin first.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
That radio life.
Oh, wow.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
So are you a DJ?
What's up?
Are you a DJ?
No.
Oh.
But I do, commercials and
Oh, that's
traffic
cool.
and weather and
Oh wow!
all that fun
Radio?
stuff. Yeah.
Radio.
Oh,
Radio.
radio.
Reaction.
All she hears is
I'm
Radio
working.
Goo Goo.
Radio Gaga.
Yeah.
I'm working my way up to it though. One of these days.
Right.
Bang Zoom.
Where do we tune in for the Caitlin Larkin report?
Honeymooners.
Hey, where do we tune in for the Caitlin Larkin report?
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish. See, I would be more open to telling you all about things, but you don't know whose eyes or ears are listening.
That's right.
Here,
You always got to think about that.
I can't give out all my personal information.
No, because the next thing you know, there's going to be a video about this.
Yeah, a 41-minute long video about it.
Oh yeah, not a chance for this. No.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm sticking to the one. I'm sticking to the one and done on this.
Yeah. I'm surprised I even have one based on the crap I've heard of that. Oh man.
You know what they say? You're a smart man, Tom.
Who says
You
that?
might be the only one that says that.
Never heard that one.
Maybe that guy in 66 knows about the lobby cards.
Huh?
Because Maca films 66.
Oh yeah.
He must know about lobby cards.
There you go. Obviously, the two greatest songwriters.
Hmm.
I do have. Well, tell me, Joe, if this is insignificant enough, or if it's significant enough. But I have the newspapers from. Well, it's kind of depressing, but
I have all of those.
Oh, you have those too. Okay.
I know what you're going to say, right?
Yeah, the John Lennon, right?
No, thank you. I bought all of those. I always tell that story just for a moment. That I was always a collector.
Right.
And back at that time, I was 18,
Mhm.
and I was shocked. And I was kind of like, it was crazy
Stunned.
because I used to document everything. I didn't have VCR then or anything. I just had audio cassette record. I used to record audio stuff off the radio. I had to record the news
Right.
as it's happening. And I'm like, this is something I never experienced before.
Right.
Like, you're recording stuff, but this is not a happy thing. And then the next day, it's surreal because like next day or the next 2-3 days, going into, I remember I had to take a bus to where I worked at the time. I just got out of high school, go right to work. And I take the bus and I get out, I'm going into candy stores, whatever, where they sell magazines. And I'm buying these tribute magazines that just came up. And I'm like, this is not this one. People magazine, Newsweek,
Right.
Newsday, anything that came out, Time, and it's like you're buying it and you're always thrilled to collect and have things, but this was a weird thing because it was so awful,
kind of depressing.
I was gifted one once. I was gifted the Boston Globe from December 9th.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, thank you. This is awful. Like,
yeah. I always tell a story that, we heard the news like where I am, it was about around 11 p.m. You hear this and you're up all night. You're trying to get some sleep, can't sleep. But I had to go to work the next day because I was on this job where I was on a probation period. Like I started a job in September and I was like, I didn't want to not go in or anything. So I remember going to the bus stop, 6 o'clock a.m. or whatever. It's still dark. And, this is fresh, and I can't believe this. And you're depressed. And you go to the bus stop and I passed a store, candy store or whatever you call it, where they have newspapers. And there's the bundles wrapped up. The store is not open yet or just opening. And there in the dark, the sun isn't up yet. Even just, you could see the headline with the photo. I'm like, I can't believe this just happened, and it was surreal, walking past a stack of newspapers with that heading on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you can't believe it.
Right.
It's true. It's true.
I see we got someone else here, but let's see how it goes.
Oh, it's George.
Oh, excellent.
Here's your favorite doc.
Welcome, George.
well, as one person
George.
enters, unfortunately, I have
Hello,
to
Tom.
leave.
Okay, is it something George said?
No,
Hello,
I
Caitlin.
have to actually do my job now.
Well, anyway, Caitlin, thanks for joining us. It's
Of course, thanks for
seldom that
having
we
me.
get. We don't usually get a lady here, so we appreciate you joining us.
You got it, guys. Well, peace and love to you all. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll
peace and
hop into one of these sometime soon.
Okay,
Yes.
take care.
Bye.